Guys, we have Justin Brown and the Puerto Rico. So question for the athletes.
Can you speak to the second half defensive effort? I think you held them to 4 field goals.
We went in the locker room at halftime, and the coach was just saying we just got to pick it up. The game is kind of close, and we just took that mindset and just came out and stopped them.
Justin, from the exhibition last week and this week, it seems like did you change anything with your shooting form? It seems like you've kind of found a more consistent shot so far.
No, just shooting more confidently, staying with my shot. A lot of the time I find myself like fading away on my shot, just sticking with it, not worrying about who's coming towards me, trying to contest my shot and stuff. So just staying composed when I'm shooting.
Alexis goes down and Mayan goes down before this game. You guys had to find some way to fill that hole. How do you think the rotation did tonight?
Honestly, the rotation, it looks pretty solid right now. You just got guys that like to come in and play right away and just be ready to fill in their position. So I had to talk with them, and they know what they have to do to get the job done.
Anybody in particular stand out to you?
I say Rashawn. He played really well. Who else? BJ Mack. He came in and played hard.
Yeah, he had a good game. For his first game, collegiately, he played really well. He played he kept his composure and everything.
Against a team that played zone all night, you guys had 22 points in the paint. Can you talk about how you attack their zone so well?
We just have good guards who can penetrate regardless of the defense that's being played. I mean, he's bigger than every guard that we play against. So.
And the coach, he tell us the inside out first, and that's how we're going to get open shots.
Mm-hmm.
Between the three y'all, I know Q, you had the big night with 10 rebounds, but David had 4 rebounds, and JB had 4. I mean, the guards rebound really, really well. What allows you to do that?
We just aggressive. We play hard, and I mean, if we see when a big man can't get it, we're gonna go get it. So we just play hard. So it's just, I guess it happens.
Anticipation.
I felt, our guys heading into the game as good teammates would be, maybe a little bit of a dullness around them with the news with Lex. So I think it was important that we got out there and competed. Did some really good things on the defensive end. Obviously holding that team to 28% from the field and forcing 21 turnovers and only giving up 5 offensive rebounds is part of our formula. Pleased with that. Really active off the ball and used our length around the basket as well. Offensively, it's difficult. You play the first game and you face 40 minutes of zone. We don't play a lot of zone. We practice against it and work on it some. But I thought we got a lot of good shots around the basket. We didn't finish around the basket, which is something that we got to do a better job of. But we got to the free throw line 35 times, which is also part of what we try to get done. So we were aggressive. We just need to do a little better job of finishing those plays around the basket. So all in all, win by 30 points and get a lot of guys minutes and get guys kind of moving again out there. So we got to get a lot better by Sunday, because obviously we play a very, very good opponent on Sunday.
Coach, you try to be +5, I think, on offensive rebounds, +7, and you held them to 1 field goal during the last 11:51 of the game.
Right.
Can you talk about that?
Well, I thought our defensive intensity, ball pressure was really good, and it was multiple guys. Not only Q, it was David, it was X. Zach was able to get into the ball a little bit. But in order to do that, you also have to have great off-the-ball positioning, and I thought we did a very good job of that. 9 steals. There was maybe a couple plays where we got a little out of ourselves in some of the gambling, but for the most part, I thought we were pretty disciplined in that. And, again, we did a good job, kind of gang rebounding. David gets 2 defensive rebounds. Q gets 8. Justin 2. Zach 4. we got good rebounding guards, and they need to help us and rebound down and get into the mix a little bit. They're big, strong, physical guards, so they're going to have to do a good job of that, and I thought that was, for me, a really good sign.
BJ was able to kind of get in the middle of that high post,
Yeah.
zone, knock down a couple shots. Is that kind of where you kind of want to see him floating around? He's got a decent shot.
Yeah, if we could play against a team that plays a 2-3 zone all the time, we'd be set, you know. But you see, again, he's gifted offensively. He's got a good feel for the game. He's got a good touch, you know. He's got good footwork in there, good reverse pivots when he catches it, which is critical against the zone, and he can shoot the ball. Like all freshmen, you know, we need him to understand that he's got to get better defensively and rebounding the ball. But I was pleased with the way he played, especially in that zone. And I thought Q and David did a good job of getting him the ball in those areas where he can be effective. So I was pleased with him today. But for example, you know, you played for 13 minutes, you got to get more than one defensive rebound. You know, and that's something that, you know, is, again, you just got to keep getting better every day at. You know, he's got to embrace the physicality and got to defend the post a little better. Can't play behind in the post. You got to work for position. And that's always a challenge with freshmen because they were able to kind of rest in certain areas of the game. You can't do that anymore.
We talk a lot about this, but can you just speak to the relentless motor of David Collins? It seems like he came from the sideline to block a shot there.
Yeah, that was a big time play. You know, like I always say, we have two guards that, you know, play with, you know, we joke, you know, all gas and no brakes, you know, and you know, David is a physical force out there. You know, he got 17 free throws today. You know what I mean? And he does it on defense. He does it on offense. He just and he's one of those guys. I mean, I get on him because there's sometimes it looks like he's kind of floating out there, and half of it he's kind of laying in the weeds and waiting to pounce a little bit. You know, so I've adjusted my evaluation at times because it used to drive me crazy with that. But again, you know, I believe with those two guys that we have one of the best backcourts in the country and one of the best in the league. And we're going to have to ride those guys. They're juniors and seniors now, and that's what it's all about. And those guys got to do a great job, and we showed flashes of that again tonight.
Speaking about your backcourt, can you talk about your backcourt chemistry and how you felt it was tonight?
I thought it was pretty good. You know, we're able to slide Dave to the third guard spot when we go with three guards. We even we're able to do that with Q. You know, as I said, as juniors and seniors, those guys at this point in their career should be able to play. If I said, okay, we're running this action and you're the five, they should know it. You know, as good guards know everything, and so they give us great flexibility with that. They really do. You know, again, Zach is you know, it's first real game in 2 years. You know, and so maybe not as aggressive as I would like him on offense, but I think he's going to feel his way on offense and keep getting better on the defensive end. So I like, you know, if you looked at those five guys that kind of played, that's a pretty rotation among those three spots right now.
Justin had a good game.
Yep.
Was able to
Yep.
knock down a couple threes. He did it last week, you know, in the exhibition. He said he's more confident. Did you see that throughout the summer, his progression with his shot and being more comfortable?
Just, yeah, you know, and as a junior, you know, it's time for another step up for him. You know, and like Joey just asked, he's another guy, man. He flies around. He gets his hands on a lot of balls. He made some plays off the dribble today. But we need him to knock down shots. Like when he's open, it's got to be 80%, you know. But, you know, we've played 2 games here at the Yuengling Center this year, the exhibition and this one, and he shot the ball really well. We need that. I mean, that's a big chunk of his role. And, the most important thing now as we move forward is guys really execute their role and, you know, do their job on a daily basis, and Justin's one of those guys who does that.
Coach, free throws were a big problem last year.
Mm-hmm.
All right in the first half and not so great in the second half. Just your thoughts on
Yeah, to be honest with you, first I need to bring in my reading glasses to read these, and I can't even. This thing's so confusing. What were we in the second half?
10 of 17 after being 13 of 18.
Yeah. 13 to 18, 72%. We'll take that every day of the week and twice on Sunday. And then the second half, 10 to 17. I think David missed 4 in the second half, right? Yeah, I mean, we got to do a better job. You know, we get to the line 35 times. We got to take advantage of it. You know, it's one of, again, we talked in the last game, that's one of the areas we need to improve in, because we turn a positive of us getting fouled a lot and the aggressiveness and the physicality that we play with. We get to the line a lot. We need to turn that into an advantage and make more free throws. And it's the same thing. We forced 21 turnovers. We only had 13. So now that's a huge advantage for us. Now, if we force 21 and have 20, then it negates that. Is that the right word, negate? All right. Close enough. You know, so that, I mean, those are two main areas for us that we need to improve in. And what's funny is Michael Durr, when he came to school here, I'm going to be brutally honest with you, he couldn't shoot 40% from the free throw line. We adjusted his shot, and he's really put in the time. And so now we need some other guys to step up in that as well, you know, because now our best free throw shooter is Mike Durr.
Coach, you've talked about this schedule and the opportunities that lie ahead. Well, now Sunday, here comes an ACC team in here.
Right.
I know it's about getting better every day, but early on now here comes an opportunity.
Yeah, a great test for us and great evaluation tool to see where we're at. You know, we got thrown a curveball a little bit, and but now we need to respond to it. And my thing is, if you're getting better every day, all the stuff we talked about are results of that. So we got 3 days of practice, 1 day of rest, 3 days of practice to prepare for Sunday's game. And we're going to have to play a lot better. As I said, I think they have a dynamic point guard, a grad in Thornton, started at Duke and then then transferred to USC and now graduated and now he's there. Got one of the most versatile centers in the country in Popovich. No relation, I don't think, to the Spurs coach, but he is gifted. The Hamilton brothers are really good. You know, we're going to be tested offensively in terms of seeing different defenses and then really challenged on the defensive end. So, but a great opportunity, you know, noon game on Sunday. You know, I thought our crowd was really good today for opening night, and then if we can get a great crowd on Sunday, make this place electric, and we got to go out there and we got to play better. We got to play better.
12 offensive rebounds tonight. Pretty balanced across the board. A lot of twos
Yeah.
for the guys. How do you feel they did on the offense?
I thought our energy level getting to the glass was great. You know, we've made some adjustments and put some more on some guys' plate. David Collins going to the offensive glass now. He got 2 for us, which was good. It's a way for us to generate some offensive opportunities if we don't shoot the ball well. And, you know, for a long time, we always sent 4 to the glass. Then we adjusted some of our defensive stuff, so we weren't able to do that. But I think being able to do that gives those guys some freedom to go in there and get us some extra possessions. I thought we did, you know, 12 offensive rebounds is pretty, you know, it's pretty good, especially, you know, from those guards. You know, Quince is good enough if he misses one around the basket to kind of chase it down. You know, you got to give those guys the freedom to play the game the way they're capable of playing it as well, and I thought those guys did a good job of that.